at 94.9, which became KLTY and other things. But it was owned by a big company, and they transferred me to Jacksonville, Florida, to do a rather legendary radio station, WAPE, the Big Ape. And it served everywhere from Miami all the way up the coast to the Carolinas. And I was, I think, the third program director of the FM there. And I arrived on a Friday night, and I had my rental car, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to go from Dallas to Jacksonville. And my windows were rolled down. It was a summer evening, and I'm driving down First Street, A1A. And at the top of the hour, they had this sound effect. It was an ape call. Like Tarzan, right? 9 o'clock, and this thing hits, and up and down the street, all you could hear was echoing off of buildings from the cars that were all cruising. And that was my Wolfman Jack moment, like out of American Graffiti. And I picked up my phone and I called my wife, and I said, who was back here in Dallas, I said, hey, we're moving to Jacksonville. And she said, why? I said, give me an hour. And at the top of the hour, I held it up out my car window. And she said, what was that? I said, that's how many people listen to this radio station. And it was so powerful to me that I said, I've got to do it. It was one of the best decisions I ever made, taking a step backwards to take a step forwards. And I wasn't there for a very long period of time before Westinghouse hired me to come back to Dallas, and then I went on a whole different journey. But radio has changed a lot, television has changed a lot, media has changed a lot.